Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Southwest NASCAR Sim Series video. Today is the championship race, and unfortunately we were not able to do it live because of lag issues. However, we are able to do it now. And so taking a look at the points standings, Coaster is your leader, second Sam Blaney, third is me, and those are the drivers eligible to win the championship. Uh, the 18 is out by 117 points, and the 22 is out by 112 points. Alongside me today are none other than Cole McElmoyle and Payson Avery if he ever decides he wants to unmute his mic. You can see the game okay, Bill? Hello?
Indeed I can.
Okay. Well, this is gonna be another. Yeah, don't worry about the. Yeah. So we already did qualifying. If you watched the live stream, earlier, same day as recording, but if you watched the live stream of qualifying, you already know the order, so we don't have to go through it. Yeah. All that you really need to know is that the 54 starts 15th, the 8 starts 17th.
Drivers, to your cars.
Starts in none other than 22 starts last.
Drivers, to your...
Now, let's go trackside for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Command has been given. Drivers gonna fire them up here from Homestead Miami. We'll get underway for 67 laps of wild racing here at Homestead. On the pole is the 11, second is the 44, third is the 13, fourth, 14, 78, sixth, the 19, 7th, 8th, 15, 9th, 1, 10th, the 9, 11th, the 5, 12th, the 77, 13th, the 4, 14th is the 25, 15th, the 54 points there, 16th, 42, 17th, the 18th, 10, 19th, the 88, 20th, 27, 21st, the 99, 22nd, 1, 23rd, the 24, 24th is the 3, 25th is the 18, 26th is the 2, 27th is 12, 28th, the 26, 29, 39, and rounding out field today, final championship contender, 22 Sam Blaney. Bill, do you have any predictions for this race?
I'm gonna predict that it's gonna be someone in the top 10 to finish this race. We've already tried twice to run this race, and it seemed like the 11, the 44, the 14, the 13 just kind of took charge. So I'm gonna say someone in that top 10 group will probably win this race.
Here we go. My prediction is that it's gonna be one of those championship contenders. I'm gonna say one of those three, and my big bet is on the 54 since he's been so strong all year. The 11 off to a good start, but the 13 quickly diving to the inside. He's trying to get a piece of this race lead. They're multiple lanes deep, multiple lanes wide here towards the back. Car on the wall! They save it. It was the one of Max Weisner, and that's going to be a talking point all night. The 39 all the way on the apron. What a save by him.
He's lucky that car didn't just spin around, take off on him.
And oh, by the way, look who's in the thick of things. That's second place in points, Sam Blaney, who's trying to get a championship out of this. If there's a major wreck that happens right now towards the back, he could very well get caught up in it, or even this 54, because look at him falling. The 8, and this is unprecedented in all of our previous attempts. The 54 has gotten a good restart and been able to climb in spots. He's dropped 2 from the start of this race, and presumably going to drop more.
I mean, he's still 100 and some odd points ahead of that 8 car. About 112 ahead of the 8, 106 ahead of the 22. So, you know, he can afford to drop spots, but he can't afford to finish last. He still has to stay aggressive.
The 8 has taken the position away from the 54. Multiple lanes. And we go all the way back to the 22 car, who's picked up a couple spots, and he's actually going to find himself in the outside wall.
Yeah, he's dead last now.
And so he loses all of those spots that he had just gained. Back up towards the front, the 7 side by side with Greninja Talonflame. He's going to take race lead. And oh, by the way, take a look at Cole McElmoyle coming up through the field, running that beautiful paint.
Started 9th spot, has been aggressive, almost went 3 wide, lap 1, turn 1, but he's looking to get something done. He's disappointed that he had a couple bad finishes and it took him out of championship contention, so he's here trying to prove himself, saying, hey, I can play with.
And by the way, this video will likely come out after the Roblox series races, so don't forget to check those out once you finish watching this one. But first, we've got a championship fight at hand. 7-year race leader. Second is the 78, 61 third, the 77 is fourth, and then actually the 19th is fourth as I say that. And then the first driver now in contention for the championship is this 54 car of Coaster Enthusiast, as he slices his way through the field here early in this. Currently scored as 15th, right where he started. So he's breaking even right now. He's that way towards the latter portions of this race. They're going to be 3 wide for second. The 19 obviously backing out of it. Smart decision by him. The 5 nearly clipped. The 11 of Endpoint 1024. And he's going to lose the spot. Diving now, he'll take it back. The 88's going to have a look. As they get to the front stretch, the 9 hits the outside wall. The 15 runs him over. And oh, by the way, this is all happening in front of the race leaders. 3 wide through 1 and 2. This is happening right in front of the championship leader. This is a huge pack right here. And that 54 slides all the way up into the wall.
He's just trying to keep that car in one piece. He's struggling. The 8's getting back by him here. He's just trying to finish this race and try not to wreck.
Well, clearly the 54 wants to be up towards the front of this field, but it just seems that he can't get anywhere. And also, being back here, there's a high chance that he gets caught up in a wreck. If he's the first car out of this race, then that means the 8 and then if the 54 becomes the first car out of the race, or finishes in 30th, that means the 22 and the 8 are going to have to get up on their high horses real quick.
Well, it doesn't seem like that 54 can really get up into the front of the pack, but he can stay with that 8 car. The 8 car passed him on the front stretch this last time by, and now he's passing the 8 on the front stretch. So those cars are pretty even, so I don't know if DMP can really challenge much for this championship.
Only lap 13 of 67, still a long ways to go. Oh, wreck in the front. Around goes the 77, takes out the race leader, and it'll come back up the racetrack. Somehow nobody else got involved. Caution out for the first time today.
That was extremely lucky. On the straightaway, it's always scary to wreck, but when the car comes back across, you just got to know those championship leaders were holding their breath, praying that they were going to make it through that wreck.
Coming back to the caution flag, the 15 of Emily Winter scored at the tail end of the lead lap. Race leader goes all the way back to the 78. There he is. He'll lead the field to pit road.
Everyone's just coming to top off. No one was really sure if they'd be able to make it to the end, but it's just a little bit of safety now for the crew chiefs, knowing that they can most likely make enough fuel.
Let's see how this 54 does on pit road, because we've seen before, pit road is definitely one of the key areas that you gotta be, it's one of the best ways to pick up track position.
Absolutely. NASCAR is a team sport. It's not all about the driver. The pit crew can really help you out with track position. Can gain you a couple free spots and put you ahead of your championship contenders.
Getting into his box. Gonna be 4 tires. Actually, 2 tires for the 8. 54, 2 as well. But the 8 picks up several spots. That's 2 more positions the 8 gains to have it the advantage of, or to take advantage of on this restart. Let's take a look at what happened. Where is that number 11? That, oh, the 77 out of the race.
That's unfortunate for Flashy. He had a pretty good year. He picked up a couple wins, but
There's Flash.
and it just sucks for that 77 crew.
Long stop for him, presumably to repair the damage. Let's see. What happened that brings out this first caution flag? The 61 hit the wall. And the 61 hits the outside wall, comes back across. Nowhere that the 77 or the 11 could go. And the 61 just single-handedly ended the days of Ben Pierce and Flashy McClashy, who both had strong seasons.
All part of the plan.
Ben Pierce was having a pretty strong race today, too.
Yeah, he was our pole sitter. 61 just might have got tight off a 4 there, or down the straightaway or something, and just hit the wall. And
then look at this. This is extremely scary for those 2 cars, the 8 and the 54, because they could have hit him. But watch this. Oh my goodness. How do the 1 and the 3 not get caught up? And then how does this 12 and then the 12 and the 22 get through unscathed?
It looked like that number 3 car actually scraped a little bit on that 77.
Let's see. Let's ride on board with the 77. I don't think there was any contact. I didn't hear any sound.
Oh, wow.
Watch this. We're going to take a look at it in slow motion. As the 77 comes back up the racetrack, there's the 18 who narrowly misses him. But watch as this 1 gets by. And then the 3. And both of those cars completely miss him.
This is just like I said earlier, one wrong move and I could take out all the lead cars, like just happened, honestly.
We'll see if these two cars are able to keep pace. Both of them actually going to get back out onto the racetrack with pretty minimal damage, it would appear. Lights out atop the Dodge Challenger Hellcat Pace car. Sponsored by Slash and Go Graphics. The creators of this wonderful 2019 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series mod. Link is in the description. If you want to get this mod for yourself. And sorry, but I don't think we'll be releasing this pack of cars to the public after this season ends, just because there's plenty of schemes that we would have to add cars for. And green flag back in the air, and we're on our way once again here from Homestead.
You know what? I'll be honest. If fans want to use our cars for their own series or just for their own use, I don't see why not.
Well,
we can create.
We can give them the schemes.
Yeah, we can just create a new folder and just move them over and let them done.
Put all the schemes in, and so you'll be able to get the schemes. You won't necessarily be able to. You won't get the car pack. You'll have to set that all up yourself. But
yeah,
still,
we'll DM drivers and ask them if they're okay with that. And if they're not, you won't get their cars.
And the other thing too that will be an advantage as well is if you get a hold of these paint skins. If you have access to the 2019 cars on Roblox, you might as well find a way to use them for your own Roblox series.
Yeah, why not? I don't see why not.
I mean, it would probably be easier just to get them straight from our inventories, but you know.
Yeah.
Car on the wall, the 99.
I think my inventories are hidden to the public, though.
Here's our mine. This 22 already gaining a spot off the restart. .44 all the way up the racetrack. 19 is your race leader here from Homestead, lap 21 and 67. Not much really going on in terms of championship implications, but well, with the exception of the fact that 8 is 2 spots ahead of the 54. We'll have to see though. But Bill, if you have to come to pit road under green here, tires or not?
It all kind of depends on where you are. I mean, if you're at the front of the pack, you want to stay there and keep your track position, but at the same time, tires are really important at this racetrack. They get worn out pretty quickly at Homestead. So I'd say if you're at the front of the pack, probably 2 tires. But if you're at the back of the pack, say a guy like Sam Blaney, trying to get every point he needs, I'd say you got to risk it. You know, big risk, big reward. And I'd say you just got to gas and go and just try to get as much track position as you can and try to hold on to that track position.
Well, we'll see if that is the case. The 4 hits the outside wall here. A lot of cars running the outside lane, it seems. Not able to make up ground using it. But the
leaderboard.
big issue for that is the fact that if you run the outside lane, you run the risk of hitting the outside wall, and that's definitely not something to do.
Yeah, well, usually you see that Homestead guys can run the wall, and they get a good run off those corners. It's really risky because you might hit the wall, but if you don't, then you got a really good chance of winning this race. But here it just seems like the middle to bottom of the track is king. You know, it's kind of strange for Homestead to see such a kind of a 2-lane racetrack. Obviously, you can run both lanes, but you can't really make passes. Usually it's the top.
And to be fair, this is an older version of the racetrack, so
that is true.
may be slightly different based on like the actual physics of it. But, for model of the track, but as you may have noticed in qualifying and in the pre-race a little bit, but the logo on the front stretch is actually it isn't even the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series logo, it's the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series logo. Sprint, of course, for those of you who don't know, Sprint was the sponsor of the previous sponsor of the series. Here's championship implications of the group. 54 and the 8 very close to each other. We'll have to see if another caution comes out that would create some much needed separation. But look at this 22. Oh my goodness. Look at how many spots he's picked up.
He's struggled in qualifying, but he's having a strong race. I said it before, maybe his qualifying trim wasn't the greatest, but we'll just have to see how his race trim. Yeah, he's caught that 8 car.
At the back all race long, but now he's side by side and going to be 3 wide. The 39 up the inside. This 22 looking to the inside on the 8. This could be huge because this is third, and this is the battle for what, 3rd place in the points?
Second place, yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Even if it's not going to end up being championship implications, it's definitely going to be points implications because the 8 right now is only 2 points ahead, or 2 points behind. But as soon as that 22 gets around him, that's all going to change.
Yeah. Well, you never know. He might have had the back trying to save his stuff so that when he, absolutely needs to, he can try to blitz the field to get to the front. But so far, it seems like he's kind of hit a wall. He's got to that 8, but it doesn't look like he can make it any further.
No,
plus,
by
that
the
54
way,
car is still ahead of him.
And actually, as a matter of fact, the 8 has started to drop as well.
Yeah.
That might also be part of how this 22 got up. But the 8, who started 17th, has fallen to 20th. And the 54 is all the way up into 10th. 22 started dead last. Currently scored in 22nd, picking up 8 spots.
Well, if you notice, one driver we should really be watching is the number 8. He started almost all the way to the back and came up and now 4.
That is true, yeah. Winterwolf, he's kind of blitzed the field himself. He's gotten up through there, made some smart decisions. He's passed that 61 who was in 4th. He's fallen to 6th. Yeah, he's ahead of the 4 car. He's inside of the 78. He's just taking
we got a pass for the lead. 9 gonna take the lead away. And he's led the most laps several times this season.
You just saw a couple passes. Yeah, the 9 passed the 19 for the lead. 19's looking back under. There's the 88. Might try to make this 3 wide. The 61 might be diving to the inside of the 78 one of these upcoming laps.
No,
the 88 went way high.
There goes the 19.
The 88 missed the corner, and the 19's going to reclaim the lead here.
Back right there.
And oh, by the way, we just
in the wall, Winterwolf. Winter.
Oh, Winter! Oh, in front of the leader! In front of the championship contenders.
Oh, man.
The 10 across. Oh, contact! Oh, Coaster's in it! And the championship leaders get through! Big Red!
Oh, man!
Coaster! Wow!
That's exactly what he didn't want.
And the 18's on his lid, but oh, by the way...
Oh, another wreck! Oh, my gosh!
They're still wrecking!
They're still wrecking! Have you ever?
Oh, by the
big
no, I never. And oh, by the way, look who got through.
The 8 and the 22,
the 22
both got through. Oh, the 22 is damaged.
Significant damage, but look who
got
doesn't.
through.
The 8 gets all the way through, and he's up to 9th.
Well, he's got to hope that...
Championship implication.
Look at that number 5 went from, I believe, 16th all the way up to 7th.
I think that 54
Huge.
can still go on.
That was probably the biggest wreck we've seen all season.
Oh, definitely.
Undoubtedly.
Everybody seems like they're going to stay on the racetrack, but let's take a look at what happens that could end the 54's champion, and he's gonna be the first car out of the race.
The 54?
Yes, the
Oh my
54
God.
is the first car to retire from this race.
Oh,
Everything
man.
just changed. We
This
might
is
have a
Holy
new
crap.
championship.
implications.
We might have a new champion or points leader after this race is over.
We'll have to see. So 135 or is 135 for a win, right?
It's 195 if you win with the most laps led, and it's 185 if you win the race normally.
So I'm just gonna go to the points here. So hold on. Let me do some quick math. So hold on. So if I go to our point standings, I'm just gonna take a look here. So there's our point standings. Click that. So okay, standings. So Coaster will probably finish 30th, and that gets you 75 points, correct? 73. So 2458 plus 73. That gets him 2531. Let me just do that again, make sure I didn't mistype. 2458 plus 73. 2531. If DMP wins this race, 2341 plus 185, because he probably won't get most laps left. That puts him 2526.
And there's the wreck. It's the same thing that happened in the first incident. The 88 hits the outside wall, but this time he hits that 61 square on. And then what's just unfortunate is the fact that he slides down the racetrack and the 10 of Light Yagami's right there.
So 2458. And
And
what did you say for last?
And this is what we were talking about previously. This happens right in front of your championship points leader.
Oh, he just got nicked.
He got nicked there, and he would have been fine. Would have been absolutely fine, except that the 10 coming back across the racetrack, and then he comes down. The 7's there. He gets turned, and this car goes for a hard slide through the grass.
He's got it saved until he hits the
Had it
grass.
saved, and he comes back up the racetrack into this, and the 7 is there again, and he just gets hooked.
Yeah, right there.
And then the
So
18 got involved.
So hold on a second. So what did you say for last? 73 points
Yes.
for last. Plus 73. That puts him at 2531. DMP 2341 plus 185 for a win puts him at 2526. So actually DMP doesn't have a chance. Unless he leads the most laps, DMP can't win the championship. I just did the math.
To the top too.
It's down to Sam Blaney and Coaster Enthusiast. I just did the math. DMP is 5 points away. Even if Coaster gets last, he's at 2531. If DMP wins this race, he gets 2526. So he's going to miss it by 5 points.
Ooh. But
so it's down to Sam Blaney.
44 turns the 58. The 58 or the 54 had been checking up, trying to get through the wreck. And
Oh, man. Nowhere for Robot to
runs
go.
him over. Absolutely
man.
Arca breaks him, and so somebody's not going to be too pleased with the 44 of Creeper of Hope. And there you see the 18 already on his lid. And they just stack them up here, and they just stack them up. The
Let's see what
12
happened to
getting
Blaney.
involved,
He's just
the
ahead.
25, the 54.
I would love to see what happened to Sam Blaney.
And
I
then
wanna
they
know
got
how
it back going. And then the 18 coming back across the racetrack, they actually wreck again up towards the
Oh,
front.
man.
The 10's still in a bad way.
42. Where did the 22 get involved in all this? There he is there beside the 27. He didn't hit anybody here. He did a relatively good job.
I think he might have run into the back of the 8.
Maybe. We'll have to take a look, though. I'm not wondering if Winterwolf didn't just blow a tire or something, or a tire was going flat, because he ran way high in turn number 3.
Yeah, because there's the wreck.
There's the other wreck. Got around
And then-
him.
Oh, the 22 runs over the 10.
The
And that's
10.
what caused the secondary, tertiary wreck. collected the 3, the 26, and then the 11 event by 1024. 14 got involved, and then the guys from the first wreck,
Rob
27
again.
absolutely destroyed.
44.
And that's going to be the 44's day. Just what a strange turn of events.
And that top 5 is still together. It's still the 19, the 9, the 4, the 61 is still in there. Like, and he had damage. That's the second time that Macklemore has been hit or involved in some caution, or even caused one. So that's crazy. So we'll just have to watch Sam Blaney since it's mathematically impossible for DMP to win. He's going to miss it by 5 points. We'll have to see. I don't know. Let's see if I don't even know if Sam Blaney can win. 23, 46 plus 185. 25, 31. 24, 58 plus 73. 25. They're going to tie. If Sam Blaney wins this race, it's tied.
And then the tiebreaker would go to wins.
And that would go to, so no matter what,
Creeper locked up the
Coaster won.
championship because, well, we'll have to see if that's indeed the way the points go.
Yep. I think I've done my math correctly. As long as, you know, 73 for, and that's if Coaster gets last. We don't know if Coaster's actually last, is he?
No.
So it doesn't even matter.
The 54 is scored as 24th.
So it doesn't even matter. Yeah, I was adding his points from if he got last, then he tied, but no.
Championship, even though he wrecks out of this race.
That's unbelievable.
Coaster won't even finish the race, but yet he wins the championship.
He's already in.
That's insane. But look at this. This 8 clearly has speed. Look at him come through the field. 44 to 67.
There it is.
And it's all
That is
because
unbelievable.
Coaster won. It all has to do with Coaster being a consistent driver in every race, plus those 2 wins he has.
Indeed. So Coaster Enthusiast, your Season 1 SNSS champion. Crazy.
He's not even going to finish the race. 3 wide. We'll see if this 8 can get up to the race lead. But right now, Daytona 500 winner Muse Better at the front of the field.
There goes that number 9 trying to take that lead away.
A lot of these guys at the front, except for Mew, are looking for the first win. Obviously, the 9 hasn't won, the 13 hasn't, but the 19 has, the 27 hasn't,
You are.
the 61 no longer up there. He's fallen in.
And remember, after this video, there may be others who have not seen it yet, so don't spoil the results. Actually, Build, I think I have an idea of how we could do this. So, remember how you know how we were trying to stream this race? Well, YouTube has a feature that allows the person who uploads the video to essentially make it so that the rest of the field, or that everybody can't watch the video until a certain time, and that's called premiere. I don't see why we couldn't premiere this race, and those of you watching the premiere now, you're gonna be like, yeah, you're already doing that. I don't see why we couldn't do this race as a premiere. So that then we can get everybody to watch the race at the same time, even though it's not completely live. Then we don't have to worry about spoiling it for everyone. He was better the race leader. The 27 P2, the 9 P3, the 8 P4, 39 P5. Here comes the 8. I think the
That
19,
number 13 going for that lead pass against Muse better.
that 13 took the lead, but the 9 definitely trying to make something happen. Oh, by the way, I think the 19 got the most laps led. So Coaster is going to be forever in debt to that 19 turn Kyle. Moore dropping to the inside. He'll take the race lead back. Lap 53 is 67. Championship race here at Homestead. Moore of Muse better is your race leader. Second is the 27. And third is actually going to be this 8 car. Side by side with Matt Quinn, who'll have the inside positioning down into turns 1 and 2. But he actually just manages to back out of it enough that he doesn't get that run. And this 8 car, if this race was decided by the first finisher, championship would go to him, but it's decided by points, which unfortunately still grant that 54 the champion. Now the 27 dropping to the inside. He's going to want the race lead. He'll have it. 55 is 67. 12 to go. 56 is 67. Build. Now that pretty much all three, or pretty much 2 of the championship contenders are out of this, what are your thoughts on who's going to get the win today? Jason?
Well, if you ask me, I think that 4 car has a good shot. That 4 car, as you've seen, has been in and out of the lead like no tomorrow. My other pick would have to be that number 9 car. The number 4 and the number 9 have been in and out of the lead constantly, switching up back and forth. So I think right now that they have the best shots. Unless Mew gets sent back like it looks like he's actually doing right now.
Well, the 8's going to get in there, and that's going to be my pick to win this race.
Very good pick. The 8 has been doing really good all season.
He's been doing well all season. Won last week at Talladega. Could he go for 2?
That's a very good question.
And if he gets that second win, that would be the first set of consecutive wins in this series. And oh, by the way, would it also affect him at all points wise? Because yes, we may have already calculated the points for the 54, but the question is, did Bill make any mistakes in those calculations? And is there any slight chance that they could steal this championship from him?
One thing we really need to realize as well is we haven't carried out the fact that there could be another caution.
This is also very true. But the question is, does that caution come at the point of no return?
That is a very good question. Another thing would be at the front of the pack or the back of the pack.
This 8 car has been slicing through the field, trying to get up towards the front, and he just can't do it for the time being. 13 takes 4th back from him. Now he'll
That
drop back to
27
the
and the
inside
four,
with
both
help
of
from
them hit the
13.
wall back
He's
there.
gonna take it right back. Just wonder if there isn't a little bit of damage to that 8 car.
That's very true. And it's just like that 4 car and that 13 car. Both of them have been hitting the wall recently non-stop. There goes that number 4, and like I said earlier in the race, you really need to watch the outside line.
Here's the battle for the race lead. The 13's tried on several occasions to get around the 9, but now that's going to cost him. As the 8 drops to the inside on the 13, but BMP's not going to have any help going into turn number 1. But the 13 doesn't have any help either on the outside lane. Here comes the 8 with the momentum. And they're going to be side by side down the back straightaway.
So how many drivers do we have left that are in this race?
Still running are 21 drivers. Cars out are the 14 of Ryan Boyer, the 12 of Parker, the 54 of Coaster, the 7 of Carlos Tavares, the 10 of Ben Navarro, the 25 of Robot Spider, the 44 of Creeper of Hope, 18 of Adrian Mobley, and the 26 of none other
Matthew
than Matt
Nile, wouldn't that be?
Did Matt Wynn just take the lead?
Yes.
Oh, I did not realize that.
The 13 car, new leader at
Matt Wynn
Homestead
trying to win a
with
race.
3 to go. Point of no return. Here comes Ganaban back on the
The
front.
8 is right there, and could they be 3 wide? The 8 looking.
No, he's
27 drops to the
out.
inside. They may end up
There
going
we
wide
go.
for the lead.
If you missed it, Bill, for my pick,
Here
I,
comes the
Oh,
4.
39 in the wall.
I feel like the 9 right now has the best chance to win this race.
I think Chris Ganaban's all but won this thing, unless that 8 car, he's got to run off of turn number 2.
That's very true.
The 8 finally
don't
getting into
championship, but he
second
can-
position. And now the 13
Two to
is
go.
probably getting back to
DMP
3rd.
said, if
Here
8
comes the
wins
8.
Race, it'll be the first time the drivers won 2 consecutive wins.
No one's ever run
White
2.
flag, one more
Everyone
time
2 in a
around,
row in the
presented by
Sim
Credit
Series.
One Bank. 1 to go from Homestead. Here comes the
Can't-
8. He's got the run. Lap traffic ahead. Side by side down the back straightaway. DNP.
He might have him.
So to my pick,
He's going to have a run
DMP
off 4. Here they come. Side by side to the checkered flag at the line.
It is
Nine
Ganaban. What a finish.
That was an amazing
comes
finish
B2.
right there.
And I believe Coaster Enthusiast has just...
And Coaster from the garage area can be heard shouting cheers of joy.
He's been in victory lane ever since he wrecked. He knew it.
The 9 also going to bring it to victory lane for winning the race.
Yeah, we don't want to take anything from Ganaban. That's his first win of the year.
First win of the
Congratulations
season.
to him for winning
Probably
the
should
finale.
have won at Daytona, but I mean, it is
He
Daytona.
could have. Yeah, Mew is better, got the win there, but you know, he had a very similar season to Mew is better. Not really very competitive and just got 1 win, except Mew won the first race and he won the last one.
And so, the results. So, let's take a look at the final point standings. And, as a matter of fact, Coaster Enthusiast will win the championship with 2,549 points. 2 wins coming from the Atlanta Motor Speedway and the Pure Michigan 400 at Michigan. So congratulations to the number 54 team for winning the championship by 38 points over second place. His team worked hard all season long and they got the job done. Second place was the number 8 of DNP10, picking up a spot from last race, 2,511 his final points, and then one win coming from the Geico 500 at Talladega. Then the number 22 of Sam Blaney will lose a position, finishing third, 2,458 his final points, and he's pretty high up there despite not getting a single win this season. Finishing in fourth is the number 19 of Sharon Kyle, picking up 2 positions. Final points of he amasses a final total of 2,451 points with a win at Bowman Gray for the Bowman Gray 250. So congratulations to him for a well done race. Matt Wynn picks up 2 positions, finishing this race, or this season rather, in 5th, gathering a total of 2,449 points for the number 13 team. Finishing in 6th is the number 39 of Ad, as he loses 2 positions, gathering a total of 2,448 points, 2 wins, coming from the Auto Club 400 in Fontana, California, and also the STP 500 at the Martinsville Speedway in Martinsville, Virginia. Then Payson Avery also loses 2 spots with the number 5 team, gathering a total of 2,432 points, finishing in 7th. In 8th is the number 61 of Cole McElmoyle, picking up 3 positions, and getting 1 win from Chicagoland secures him that 8th place finish, 2,377 points. And then 9th place sees Emily Winters gaining a spot in the number 15, finishing 9th. 2,377 points and no wins for her this year. George Uriarte pilots the number 24 car to a 10th place finish in the points standings, picking up 3 spots from where he was previously, and a grand total of 2,349 points, plus the win in the Coca-Cola 600 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Coming home in 11th is the number 77 of Flashy McClashy, dropping 2 spots from his previous position in points with 2,347 total points. 2 wins coming from the Bojangles Southern 500 at Darlington and the Foxwood Casino Resort 400 at New Hampshire. So well done for him. Max Weisner breaks even, coming home in 12th in the number 1 machine, amassing 2,341 points for his team. No wins for him this year, but we'll see if he can turn that around next season. Then the 44 of Creeper of Hope ends this year in 13th, totaling 2,338 points for the 44 team. No wins for him, but a good season nonetheless. Ryan Boyer, almost to that halfway point, finishes in the same position as his number, that is to say 14th, and the 14 car picks up 2,301 points plus a win at the Dover International Raceway, nicknamed the Monster Mile, and the Gander RV 400. Finishing in 15th and picking up 1 position is Ben Pierce with a total of 2,280 points and a winless season for him. Coming home in 16th is the number 25 of Robot Spider, losing a spot to Ben Pierce. Total of 2,280 points and no wins this year for Robot Spider. And then Garrett Shima ends this year off in 17th. The 27 team picks up 2,265 points over the course of this year. The 18 team finishes in 18th, breaking dead even for them. Adrian Mobley picking up 2 wins, one in the Pennsylvania 400 at Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle, as well as the Coca-Cola 501 at Coca-Cola Super Speedway, and what a race that was, with a wreck on the last lap. Matt Banswicki takes the checkered flag this season in 19th place for piloting his number 2 to 2 victories, one of which was the race at Sonoma Raceway, the Toyota Sabre 350, and the other was in a very close duel at the end of the I Love New York 350 at Watkins Glen, and what a race that was. The number 2 team of Banswicki picks up 1 spot from where he was previously, and that's definitely a good sign considering that he missed the Bowman Gray race and probably could have finished higher if he had gotten back onto his high horse a little bit sooner than he did before he finally got that first win of the season after turning everything around at Chicagoland. Ben Navarro finishes in 21st, losing... forgot about Matt Nile. 20th for the number 26 team. They lose 3 spots, but total 2,229 points and pick up one of the few wins at the one of the road courses. Also one of the few wins that came north of the border, as the 26 team of and Matt Nile finished the year off with 1 win at the Toronto Grand Prix from the street course for the IndyCar Series in Toronto. Then Ben Navarro comes home in 21st, 2,221 points for his winless number 10 team. Unfortunate that he couldn't get a win yet this season. And then finishing 22nd in points is the Ford Ecoboost 400 winner, Chris Ganaban, winning the Homestead race in his number 9 machine, and that helps him pick up 2 positions coming to the close of this season, and a total of 2,218 points. Winterwolf pilots the 88 to a 23rd place finish this season, totaling 2,200 points and no wins, and he ends up dropping a spot from where he was earlier, but that's okay. The 24th place finish belongs to the number 4 of Muse Better, picking up 2 spots from in the Homestead race. 2,155 his total points, and that 1 win comes from the Daytona 500, and boy was he happy about that. Carlos Tavares ends the season strong in 25th in the number 7 car. He loses 2 spots, but still shows a great showing in the final couple of races, picking up some lead laps towards the second half of the season. A total of 2,147 points are attributed to his team. James Youngman brings the 99 to a 26th place finish. He drops a spot late in the season, but 2,102 points is enough to keep him at least in 26th. No wins for him this season, a lot of DNFs, and a rough year for James Engelman. Finishing in 27th is the number 3 of Brian Anders with a total of 2,087 points, breaking dead even in 27th. No wins for him this season, and a lowest finish from Atlanta Motor Speedway definitely has to have him shaking his head. Grand Ninja Talonflame picking up 2 spots, finishes in 28th, bringing his 78 team home with 2,065 points and a win at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, the other race north of the border, and well done by him. Brandon Del Pino had a rough season and a rough latter portion of the year, bringing that 42 car home in 29th. A total of 2,048 points and no wins for him. Parker with a rough year, missing the Bowman Gray race and couldn't rebound from it. 2,026 points, and a heartbreaker at Watkins Glen after leading so many laps there. But the 12 team rounds out your field in 30th. Thank you guys so much for tuning in all season long to the Southwest NASCAR Sim Series, and on behalf of all of the drivers and people who decided to take a stab at calling a race this season, I'd like to extend a thanks to them, and I'm sure they'd like to extend a thanks to you, the viewers, for tuning in to every race this season, whether it was live or after the fact. But thank you so much for making this season as good of a first season as it could have been. On behalf of Cole McElboyle, Payson Avery, and Who's Better Who called the race today, I'm DNP, and until we see you guys again in Season 2, Southwest NASCAR Roblox Series Racing will be the content on this channel, but once that comes to a close, we will start up Season 2 of the Sim Series, and announcements regarding that have been made in the announcements channel under the Sim Series on the Southwest NASCAR Sim Series Discord. But until then, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.